So, what is BYOB, bring your own backup? Let me explain. So, the idea came to me when I realized that how important confidence is in somebody's life and the lack thereof, how much of a problem that plays in people's life. Let's say self esteem issues, um, social anxiety, for instance. We do not show up confident in every situation. Most people do not do that. Some people do. And because there's some people that are confident no matter what they do, people believe that it's a belief. You believe in yourself, or you're born that way, and you're good. But it's not. I'm not saying that doesn't. Some people don't have that just ingrained from a childhood, but most of us have to build up that evidence, right? Your subconscious needs that evidence built up over time that tells yourself, it shows yourself the proof, and in that proof, you now know you can show up confident in that moment. Now, we might use that for actual things we do, say public speaking, for instance, or maybe you're in the trades and there's a certain project you're working on. You have confidence you can do that because you've done it many, many times. Public speaking, you've done it many, many times. You build up the confidence in that one thing. But that public speaker might go home and try to install a door, and they're like, I'm not confident. Then there's another person who is confident no matter what it is because they know they're a problem solver, and no matter what the task is at hand, they will figure it out. That's another person. Okay, so we understand now like how important confidence can be, but the lack thereof can be a problem. And social anxiety pops up, self-esteem issues pop up. So what this service, Bring Your Own Backup, is you're bringing your own backup to your social moment that you pick to give you a social boost. And it might sound cringy and you might not understand it, but if any of you have ever been in a situation when you've been out with new friends or coworkers and you're out and somebody from your past or even your present, but somebody that knows some stuff about you from your personal life shows up and just kind of is like, oh shit, I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, hey, are you still doing that thing? Or hey, I heard you did this thing. Or hey, remember that time when this happened, that happened? There it is, right? And in that moment, you felt, wow, you got a little high on it, right? Like, holy shit, I feel really good. And sometimes something is brought up that you didn't even know you wanted other people to hear. And then once they did, you felt good, the energy shifts, and maybe they start asking you about it, you start talking about it, and you're like, holy shit, this is something about my life I do want people to know about. That is powerful. But also, nobody might ask you anything, and it's just the energy you feel inside, that power lift. And now all of a sudden you're showing up in that moment more confident. That's the service. Now, there's more to it than that, but that is like the basic concept. We're keeping it really simple, offering that one core concept where the client says, hey, this is the story that I want to tell about myself, whether it's a hobby, something from their past, their present, and our contractor, our improv actor will show up and deliver. The idea is they show up um, almost like an operative would show up. They got to get in clean, complete the mission, and get out just as clean, like they were never there. Because this is not about the improv actor. This is not about the third party involved. This is about the client getting that confidence. It's their moment, nobody else's. So that brings me to something I'm excited about because I just came up with today is another offer is we could use this as a gift. So if you know somebody who's not confident, right, and maybe they have something that they want to talk or they're working on, they're in the process of, maybe it's somebody that's on social media and trying to get their content out there, or they got a new business and they're putting it out there public facing, and they are making those moves, getting a little traction but not much. And for a gift, you have somebody show up and go, hey, aren't you so and so? I saw your content. It is amazing. I got a lot out of it. In that moment, your friend that you got this service for as a gift is now like, oh, and that might be the momentum they need. You think getting comments that are positive in your comment section when you're a content creator, or getting jobs coming in as if you're a contractor, you think that feels good? Imagine this. So there we go. Another part of the service and how important it could be. Now that brings me to all this is really leading to my main goal and vision. This is my vision. This is why I'm starting all of this. And right now we're going to be doing the beta test to get to what I was just talking to. So proof of concept to get to what I just talked about. But the actual whole service from now for maybe a year or two is actually another beta test for proof of concept to my final goal, which is to work with therapists and clinicians and insurance companies and get this to be used as a part of therapy. Picture immersion therapy, but another tool in that toolbox. So immersion therapy, you might send a patient out into the real world to deal with a phobia or anxiety. And this is just one more tool in the toolbox where you hire our service and we come in. Now, when we get to this stage, we'll have a great foundation. We'll know what works, what doesn't work. And obviously, we have to be very careful here. This is somebody's mental health. And I'm not saying the other part's not important. It is. We're going into somebody's very personal life, and a lot can go wrong. We take that very seriously. That is why vetting is so serious. That's why we're vetting the contractors at multiple stages. And we're going to do the same thing for clients, because clients have to understand there's a lot of stuff, services that we do not offer. This isn't about manipulation. We're not going to walk in and pretend to be your ex, or like, ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, or ex-boss or partner, right? Any financial gain, nothing. We're not going to pretend to be somebody of authority like a politician, a police officer, a lawyer, etc. I think you see what I'm going at. This isn't about pretending or manipulation of the third party. That's a hard no. We're there for the client to boost their confidence. We're trying to bring something out of them they have. We're just trying to show them they have it. And once that clicks in their brain, they won't even need us anymore. I know investors might not want to hear that, but that's the truth. And that's a goal for me. I want to build a community, a movement to help people. This is about helping people's mental health. And I think confidence, or lack thereof, is very underrated and not talked about. It's kind of glossed over. I don't think people understand how fucking important it is. So that's my end goal. I'm sure I missed a couple things here. Like I said, as we move forward with this, it's either gonna be a slow roll, or all of a sudden it's gonna be crazy busy. And I'm already in the process of talking to therapists. I actually have a call to jump on this Friday, and the reason is I don't know what I don't know. Guys, you might hear me make some videos. You might watch my content and be like, oh, wow, this guy's got it together. You might read some of my stuff that I write, but I still don't know what I don't know, and I will openly admit that. And I'm open to feedback. I'm willing to pivot and change to something that's going to, progress, fail forward if I have to. And we're always going to be changing. We're always going to be learning. At the end of the day, mental health is very important to me. It has played a role in my life, and I've dealt with my own struggles, and I've, it's there. And I think this can help many people. And I'm just trying to get this out there. I know this is a long video, and I appreciate if you made it this far. I might put this up on the website, kind of like an explainer video. So yeah, and if you're a client watching this, like a potential client watching this, and you're like, I don't know if I don't want this service, just realize you don't necessarily need this service, but it may help you. It may help you just kind of rewire your brain. If maybe you're somebody that was confident when they were younger and just don't feel confident now. I mean, social media and post-pandemic, everything is curated for us to be not social. So this might just help you rewire your brain back to that little spark you may need. If you've never been a confident person, you may want to do some more work on that before you reach out to us. That'd be my recommendation. This might be too overwhelming for you, and that's perfectly okay. Realize that is perfectly okay. And we're going to have guardrails up, meaning if you're in the moment of the service and we show up and you want to cancel, hey, we get it. Like, we get it. Unfortunately, the service, we still have to get paid. But what I would do is offer you like 50% off on next time. And I know that's kind of a bummer, because you're like, oh, I'm paying way more. But at the end of the day, we are running a business, and what I do for my contractors is very important to me, because they are the business. I'm just a face with an idea that I'm bringing into market. And but I really, to me, it's really important that I think of every aspect of not just yourself, the client, but also the contractors involved, because they are people too. And I want this to be a community where we can interact with each other and have everything about being very positive. I want to lead from a place of empathy, not greed. I put my audience, my clients, my employees over profit. Again, I know investors, they hear that, they're going to go, I don't give a fuck. I'm not here to make all this money to get a yacht, okay? It's not about that. It's about you. Yeah, it's sunny out. I was going to wear sunglasses, but I felt that'd be a little too impersonal. All right, guys. I'll be making more videos. Like I said, I might post this on my webpage. All right. Peace.